name is Obinna Don Norman, Abia. I am the State Chairman of the ADC, African Democratic Congress, by the grace of God. I would say that from the onset, we actually came to contest and win election. So for me, it's been, my preparation has been round the clock. That's why if you look at, you notice that I have been touring the whole local government and wards, trying to encourage them. Because as it is, the assignment is not just to remove the PDP from the government. The assignment is to change people's orientation. People should know that money politics has been detrimental to our aspiration as a people. So my preparation now is two-way. As we are, shopping for credible candidates who will, vie for different elective positions, we are also, going around the local government and 184 wards to sensitize the people on the need to have a different orientation towards the 2023 election. In other words, we know and we realize so early that without actually, conscientizing the people, it will be difficult to take them to the pool, or it will be difficult to galvanize them and show them the right way to follow. Over time, PDP have destroyed the electoral system with money. So a lot of people believe that without money, actually they cannot get a candidate of their choice. They don't even know what credibility, good governance means. They just know that once this candidate gives money, we will vote for him or we will vote for her. So our idea towards 2023, our preparation towards 2023 is geared towards changing the minds of the people, giving them right orientation and shopping for credible candidates that will, guarantee us Abia State good governance. That's our objective. So from way of political permutation and prognostication, we have we have our objective, what we want to achieve. So we have candidates who fit into what we are planning as a party, who have shown strong interest. I can tell you authoritatively as the chairman of the party that we have 6 Guba aspirants. And as I speak to you, most of them have gone to Abuja. As I'm talking to you right now, discussion is ongoing with the national chairman and the national working committee of the party. So, the last time I checked, ADC has 6 Guba aspirants. I don't want to divulge their name right now for some certain reasons, best known to us as a party. They will have somebody has actually purchased the form, State House form. We have about 6 or 7 presidential aspirants too. A senator, somebody that is vying for the Senate position has also indicated interest. We have somebody from Arochugu. In all, we have about 12 candidates or 14 candidates as we speak, aspirants as we speak. So, but I'm sure by next month, because we're having our Congress 7th, 10th, and 12th of next month, I think after that, the picture will be very clear and people will begin to do declarations. The Congress will be holding in all the wards, because our World Congress comes on the 7th of next month. The local government comes on the 7th and 10th of next month, while the state will be on the 12th of next month. It will hold, across wards and local governments, but the state will be held in Omaha. Without sounding a modest here, I would say that it will be a little insult to compare ADC with Abia. Abia is a regional party, and ADC is not a regional party. We're a national party. We have candidates in the National Assembly. We have candidates who won election in Benue State. Cephas holds the record as the youngest House of Assembly member. Is from Benue State, and he won under the ADC. The last election that is held in Oyo State, ADC produced 17 councillors. So it will be unfair for the ADC to see Abia as one of their rivals. They are not our rivals. We are the third force. The resurgence of Abia, like you rightly say, probably had to do with our people, our Abia State politicians, not having the mind to build. They always want an already made party where they can just come in, take control of the structure and control the election. It doesn't work that way. So I am not worried that most Abia politicians are jumping to, declaring for Abia or APC. Nobody has declared for APC. It's not okay. There's a difference between declaration and purchasing the form. So for me, I won't see declaration as a kind of show off. I will see somebody and count you our aspirant when you purchase our form and come for declaration. So for me, those that are going to Abia have every right to go to Abia. They know their political permutation, what they want to achieve in politics. ADC, we're not lacking candidates at all. We're not lacking aspirants at all. We have somebody who we have bigger names too, who wants to contest under the ADC. Like I said, one of them requested that his name be, we should keep his name, we should make him what do you call it again? Anonymous until next month. So we are actually hoping that by next month that you will see the pleasure of declarations and submission of funds. But having said that, will I be scared that PDP have a plethora of candidates? Certainly no. And the reasons are simple. They are the ruling party. Of course, like I said before, building culture, our people do not have the building culture. So it's expected that people want to use the ruling party as their first option, the second option and third option. But in the ADC, are we actually looking for those that are rejected in other parties? Certainly not, because if you are not good, as bad as PDP is in Abia State, if PDP does not find a candidate worthy to flag their flag, as worse as that party is, it simply means that that person is not being credible enough to be a member of, flag the flag of the ADC. ADC is a credible party compared to the PDP. We have our constitution, we have our our manifesto, our objective well spelled out. It's not just about constitution, it also has to do with constitutionalism. How people respect, or how political parties respect the constitution. So as bad as PDP, let me use that word, as bad as PDP, incompetent they have shown in governance as PDP is, and they still reject candidates. Do you think that candidate is good enough to run the ADC flag? Certainly not. So we are not looking for the rejects. We are actually shopping for candidates who have what it takes, or who have what it takes, to be the people's choice. It is not just about political party. If you understand the system and the terrain so well, it's about the people's desire. There's something we call right-based approach to development. It goes this way, that the people are the right bearers, while the government is the duty bearer. So our obligation to the people is to provide for them that which they actually need. And what do Abia people need right now? They need a credible candidate who can save the state from the chasm. So our problem is not the Abia, it's not even the APC, it's not the PDP, but the situation in Abia, we are actually shopping for candidates that will feel the impulses of change in Abia State, which you all desire, and get the person, not this kind of APC change, but get the person to work to Abia's satisfaction. That is just our objective. Thank you. First and foremost, Abia State does not need a criminal, a looter. We've been unfortunate with this. I can say it anywhere that we've been very, very unfortunate with leadership in Abia State. In the past, we've had poor people, less privileged people, who assume the position of leadership in this state, and within a twinkle of an eye, they became richer than the state. So I would say that we don't need, Abians do not need, insatiable politicians. We don't need such a person. I think we need somebody who is sensitive to our plight as a people. We need somebody who is not just a pastor. I'm a man of God, because we have this attitude of going to church, kneel before the altar and start circulating the posters everywhere that has a fear of God in him. We need somebody who understands the terrain in Abia State, the problem of the people. And what is the problem? The problem is that Abia State is far, far, far underdeveloped. So we need a governor who has an idea of, how to, manage our demography. Manage it very well to the best rewarding proportion. We need a governor who will see development as a necessity. A governor who will not be greedy, who wouldn't want to steal something that the 16th generation will not eat. As I speak to you, the last time I checked, under this PDP administration, Abia State debt profile is 128.8 billion naira. This is a government that made within the years from 1990 till date about 2.8 trillion. So the question is this: what were you able to do with the 2.8 trillion you realized from revenues? And why did you borrow 128.8 billion? What did you use it for? Can you go to Abia State and see any development, infrastructure development that is about 2 billion naira or 1 billion naira? You cannot see. So what we are saying is that we need somebody who will see development as a competition. Somebody who will go to Paris, look at something, an innovation, and want to bring something like that here. Not just want to bring it, ensure that it comes here. A contemporary governor who will see society as dynamic and flow with such dynamism. A young and vibrant governor who, has exposure, a business address, first and foremost. If you don't have a business address, a profession, because every of us cannot be technocrats, So, in all, we need a governor with a face, not just a governor who will come to play into our emotions. Because I remember in 2007, I'm sorry to say this, Abians have not actually voted with conviction. It's always been through sentiment. I can tell you in 2007, the only reason Abia State voted for Tedoji was because the wife would go to campaign ground to cry. Then the man was in prison, in Ikoyi prison or Creek prison. He never promised us light. He never promised us good road. He never promised us any change of any kind. He was just in prison. Then the then governor, Ochikalo, will take the wife along during campaign, and after speaking to the masses that gathered, they will give the woman a microphone and she will begin to cry. So the only reason we voted for Tedoji in 2007 was because the wife came to cry, for us at the campaign ground. It shouldn't happen in 2020, 2023. In 2015, we made that same mistake, sentiment, and we've seen the result now. So I want Abians to rise to the challenges of democracy and elitism in a situation whereby they will put sentiment aside. Both consanguineous sentimentalism, both nest of kin politics, put those things aside and vote for a credible governor who sees change, like I said before, as a competition. PDP has not done anything. I can say it authoritatively that the only thing PDP has done in this state is to share our money. Create schism that does not exist anywhere, and try to ensure that our youth go to war or carry arms against each other. The only thing that PDP has done in this state is looting of our common patrimony, stealing of our funds. I can say it anywhere. So I don't know how we want to compare ADC with the PDP, but I want to say that we are going to do those things that people desired. We are going to build a new Abia that you will be proud to say, this is my home. I listened to Charles Obinna, who is one of the problems of Abia State, major problems of Abia State, saying on radio station Flow FM that he's ashamed to be an Abian, that they will develop an Abian. The man should be ashamed of himself. We need, what we're going to do in Abia State is to hasten development fast track it, because Abia State has still started. And again, development is in two ways. You cannot just develop the people or the infrastructure without developing the people. You cannot develop the people without developing the infrastructure. So these things go in tandem. So what we intend to do is to develop infrastructure and develop capacity, human capacity, who will be able to man these infrastructures, so that we will get the results why they were put in place in the first place. So we are going to give Abians a conducive state with conducive environment that they will be proud to call their own. We are going to ensure that egalitarianism is not just something you read on the newspaper. It is something that is going to be practiced in Abia State under the government of the ADC. Democracy is a kind of government that supports capitalism. Thank God that we're in capitalist state. So capitalism, supports innovation, competition, healthy competition, and individualism. So under the leadership of the ADC, young people will be able to compete, among themselves, and make their money in a legal way. Then there's going to be room for innovation, because the world of today is all about innovation. You talk about the internet revolution. You talk about a lot of, although industrial revolution is being to die down now due to the emergence of technology. So we are under the ADC. We are going to develop our young people. We are going to develop our infrastructure. We are going to develop our state. We are going to ensure security, because that is the most important thing, and we will ensure that a son of a nobody will actually get a job, will actually become somebody without knowing anybody. We are going to also pay maximum attention on education, because that is the only a pivot. Is that pivot that or a bridge that brings the son of a rich man and the son of the so-called poor man to the same table. So we're going to revive the educational sector in Abia State. We are going to revitalize re-engineer the civil service. It's dead right now. So we are going to, in a nutshell, Abia State is going to be alive under the leadership of the ADC. Yeah, from the videos I've been posting online, from the activities so far, I would say that the reception has been very, very encouraging. Like I told you before, PDP over time mastered this hunger. They weaponize hunger. So people are hungry. So you hardly see a ward or local government that you go that people wouldn't expect you to give them something after your campaign or sensitization. So we've been doing that. We go to some local governments with a little cash, when we speak to them, we give them this money for transportation, just to make them. But the most important is that we are beginning to let them understand that politics is not about money. That when you collect probably 30,000 naira from a politician to vote for him, that he simply has paid you for 4 years, and when you divide 30,000 naira into 30 days, that is 1,000 naira. Then we divide that 1,000 into 12 months. 12. How much it is? It's less than 100 naira. It's less than 100 naira. It's about no. When you divide 1,000 into 12, that's less than 100 naira. Less than 100 naira. That's about 90 something naira or 80 something naira. Then when you divide it into 4, it's about 50 naira. So if we keep telling them that when you receive 30,000 naira, for example, from a politician to vote for him, it simply means that he has paid you for 4 years, or she has paid you for 4 years. And when you look at that amount, if you divide that amount by 1 year, by 1 month, 12 months, and 4 years, it gives you about 50 naira. That if your salary, I said that in Abia local government, that if your salary for 4 years is 50 naira, then may God chastise Satan. May God chastise Satan. So we are actually trying to make them understand that when you sell your vote, you sell your conscience, and you endangered the life of your unborn generation, and even your own children, you make them servants to your slave masters. So these are the things we are trying to do, and the reception, has been very, very encouraging. Like I said, I want to believe that when we have the right candidate, because under my leadership as the chairman of the ADC, I've succeeded in pouring petrol, speaking, figuratively, throughout the whole state. So I'm looking for that candidate who will serve like a matchstick, and once that happens, it will trigger a kind of inferno, that will lead to positive change in Abia State. People are receiving the message, they are accepting it, and we're also talking to some opinion leaders who goes after we must have gone to continue to plant this new message into the hearts of Abians. I know too that the majority of Abians desire change in 2023, and we are looking forward. From what I've gotten so far, I can hit my chest and say that ADC is likely to win the gubernatorial election of 2023. It's a welcome development. Like I said before, we are growing, and the step that the federal government took this time, I think, is the best for our democracy. It's a win-win situation. At least we now know that our votes will count come 2023. We also know now that we are not going to have this issue of toss coming to snatch ballot boxes and incident from somebody tampering with the incident from and changing the figures, Because we know that once the election the vote is cast, and it goes to the INEX, cyber, and Saber, yeah, and it's records there. So, to a large extent, I know that the Electoral Act has minimized rigging to 95%. So, my confidence is the fact that come 2023, our votes will count. We will elect our choices, and not those that are imposed on us by godfathers. We are not going to elect criminals this time around. We are going to elect people who will be accountable to us. Those that will not be afraid of the masses. Those that will respect the masses. Going into the office with this mindset that once they fail to perform, that the masses will vote them out. That is my confidence going into 2023, and that is my happiness, and that is my strength, that is my hope come 2023. And as a party chairman, that is the confidence I have that the ADC will produce the next governor of Abia State, because ADC is a party for Abia people, and once the party belongs to the Abia people, they will embrace it like they are doing now, and they will bring a governor who is their governor, not the governor of a godfather. Thank you.